we're live. Hey. Hey, Shakonya. Hey, Kiara. Hey, Tarsa. Let me bring you in. Hold on one second. Hello, hello, everyone. What's going on with this thing? Here we go. I'm bringing you in now. Hey, y'all. Hey, everyone who's joining. We're going to get started in one moment. I got Tarsa coming in. Did you get it, Tarsa? It says waiting for you to join. It says it's waiting for you to join, Tarsa. From your personal page, I guess. Are you joining from your personal page? Are you joining from the Lock Central page? Okay, you joining from the Lock Central page. Let me switch it.
Can you see us?
Hey, yeah, okay.
Hey.
I thought you were joining from the personal page. That's why I was like, oh.
No. I was initially and realized I was on the wrong page.
Oh, okay.
I had to back out and then
your
come back
hair
in.
looks beautiful. Hey,
Thank you. Thank you. Look, your request came just in time as I got my
Yeah,
hair.
exactly. I got my hat on till I see you again.
It's still, I love the hat, by the way.
Thank you. Girl, I done bought this thing and like, I think I have 6 of these things now. It don't make no sense. I was like, and I'm going to probably start selling fedoras in the fall too.
Good, because I love
These,
fedoras.
I got my, hi, hello everyone who's joining. Thank you so much. I got these hats from Sassy Jones.
Yeah.
And you know, in Richmond, black-owned woman. Girl, she had like a 2 for $40 sale. I got 4 colors. Then she just did a 2 for $50 sale. I got another 2. I got 6.
What? Look, I need to get online and see if I can find something.
Listen, get me out of this house because I'm like really acting a fool. I'm like, how I'm spending all this money and I'm supposed to be trying to get my business together.
I understand. Trust me. But look what I have
everyone else's business, but I know it'll come back around, so it's okay.
Right. look what I have on. I don't have on
you got your Chic Essentials on.
I don't have the whole outfit on, just the top, but I definitely wanted to represent.
I love you so much for that. I didn't even think to ask you or nothing. See, I need to get my life together. I was too excited just to talk to you. I wasn't even thinking about that.
It's okay. It's all right. I'm glad to be on. So I invited Kiara to come on with me this evening.
Oh, of course, yeah.
She can help me stay on track. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, everybody, you can hear Tarsa okay? I think so, yeah, everyone's joining. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for joining. So for all of you all that may be joining that don't know who I am, my name is Adrienne Russell, and I'm the owner of Chic Essentials Boutique. So I have a women's clothing boutique. We're all about inclusive and timeless fashion for women. And this is really my Girl Chat Wednesdays. I've been doing these probably for the last maybe 8 to 9 weeks. And the whole purpose of the Girl Chat Wednesdays is to bring on different female entrepreneurs, talk to them about their business, learn more about their business, and talk about different topics that affect women really on a daily basis. So I love to talk about fashion. I love to show my fabulous clothes, but also, you know, as women, we deal with other topics every day in our lives. It's not always about one thing. So I like to bring on different experts in their particular area and talk about that and let the women join and ask questions so we can kind of all learn something new. So that was kind of the whole purpose of launching this Girl Chat Wednesday. So we'll see where it goes. So tonight I have a special guest who is literally like family to me. Both of these ladies are like family to me. My personal loctician and stylist, Tarsa Scott, who is the CEO and co-owner of Lock Central. And I'm gonna let her tell a little bit more about herself. But the purpose of today's Girl Chat Wednesday is to talk about hair care. You know, a lot of us women, we have all been in the house like everyone else during quarantine. We haven't been able to get to our stylist. Some of us have been lucky too, but basically 99% of us have not. We haven't been able to get our hair done. And many of us that are accustomed to getting our hair done every month or every 2 weeks, we don't even know how to take care of our hair because we literally had a professional taking care of our hair since who knows when. So I wanted to bring an expert on that could come and talk to us about hair, specifically natural hair, because that's something that has kind of exploded in the last decade. So I introduce to you all Miss Tarsa Scott. So Tarsa, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Well, first of all, Adrienne, thank you for inviting us on to your live tonight. I really appreciate it. As you said, you're like family. You're more than just a customer or a guest at Lock Central. We definitely appreciate your support over the years, and we love to support you as well. That's why I'm wearing Chic Essential clothing. So I'm Tarsa Scott, CEO, co-owner of Lock Central Natural Hair Care Center. Kiera Scott, who I have with me, is also co-owner. She's also my daughter. And and she's also a jewelry designer. She has her own business outside of Lock Central as well, Noir Bellam, in which we are sporting some of her earrings. Adrienne, I figured you would like some of these pieces.
I got about 15 pairs of her earrings too. that's a separate live.
Right.
Talk about that for a whole nother hour.
Exactly. So, I have been in business for about 14 years or so. I started out, my story is a little different from most people. Most people start off early in age knowing that they want to become a hairstylist or a natural hairstylist. And my story is a little different. It took me a long time to kind of figure out what my niche is in life, and just kind of trying to figure out, like, what are my gifts? How can I help people? And one day my loctician, I guess she saw something in me and she inspired me to take her class. And I fought it for a long time, but I took the class and I actually loved it. And it's been like, the way this business has evolved over the years has been absolutely awesome. So I was terrified to try something new. So I encourage people, like, if you have a dream or even if you don't know what you want, try something different. Try something new to see if it's something that you may like, or see if it can be something that can be fulfilling for you. So I want to say 33 or somewhere around in there. I was in my 30s.
Okay.
When I started. So it's been a very rewarding career for me. I've met a lot of wonderful people over the years. I've learned a lot. And natural hair, even before I became a stylist, I wore my hair natural for many years. And just the way the business has evolved in terms of techniques and products and how we care for our hair, it's evolved tremendously over the years. So
I'm glad you brought that up because we're gonna get to that in a minute. What services specifically does Lock Central?
So Lock Central,
some people might hear the name and think that you only do locks.
So I was getting ready to get to that too. So Lock Central Natural Hair Care Center, we not only service lock clients, but we also service all natural hair, loose natural, kinky, curly, coily, all natural hair textures. We are not just focused on locks. We do everything from twists, cornrows, wash and goes, braids. Mm-hmm. We do some blowouts. We silk press. So we kind of do a little bit of everything. We have, it's 5 stylists at Lock Central. It's 5 teammates, and everyone kind of specializes in different things. I myself specifically specialize in locks only, do everything from traditional locks to sister locks, lock extensions, that sort of thing. But our team members, they run the gamut of anything that you know may be interested in natural hair. So, the number one focus is natural hair care. So, a lot of it's very hard to find stylists that actually focus on hair care and making sure that you properly shampooing, using proper techniques and products and that sort of thing. And we pride ourselves in that.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that attracted me to you in the first place. So a lot of people don't know the backstory that are on this live. So Tarsa's sister actually started my locks almost 7 years ago. And then very shortly after, I started going to Tarsa, and then Tarsa opened up Lock Central and went from that salon, and now has, you know, created her entire new business. And I've had the opportunity to watch it grow over all these years. And it's just been amazing. Like, I'm so proud of y'all watching the business go from when you were in, you know, one salon, and to see you build your own brand and everything that you have that's coming in the future. I'm just like so excited. But that was really one of the things that attracted me to you, because I think oftentimes when you're going to stylists, there are stylists out there, unfortunately, that just want to make a buck. And they're trying to sell you the next service, but then they're not really taking care of your hair. They're just like, well, get this dye, get it dyed, fried, laid to the side, but they're not really helping your hair grow. They're not telling you what you need to do to maintain it when you're in between appointments. And I always felt like it was genuine. You were always, the first thing with you was always about educating me about my hair first. Then we would talk about the style. There were plenty of times, y'all, where I walked in with my little locks and I was like, yes, Tarsa, I want to get a color, or I want to get this and that. She like, oh no, you're not getting that today. Not today, you're not getting that, because we need to do a deep conditioning treatment today. Or we need to do this. So we got to do this first. Then you can get it down the road. Like, I'm sorry, you're not getting that today, boo. That's not happening. Where a lot of stylists will be like, oh yeah, I'll take that 150, or I'll take that whatever. You know, so I appreciate that. That really speaks to the level of your integrity in your business and as a person. So that's one thing I love.
I appreciate that. And I'm definitely, we pride ourselves again on hair care. We want the best for you and your hair. We want to make sure that you reach your hair goals. And so we're going to suggest things that are going to help you, not just now, but in the future as well. So, some of the things that we think about, or we've seen over the years with women dealing with hair loss and self-esteem, you know, we kind of cater to those things so that we can all grow together in this.
That was my next question. I was going to say, what are some of the biggest concerns that you see when women or men, because I know you service men as well, when they kind of come through your doors? What are the biggest issues that they're having or facing?
So we have a lot of people deal with hair loss issues for various reasons. Hair loss doesn't necessarily always mean it's caused by stylists or something that the person is doing. It could be, meaning in terms of managing the hair. But a lot of times it starts internally. If you're not eating a nutritional balanced diet, not hydrating your body well enough, too much stress, you know, someone that could have undergone surgery or major weight loss, or has thyroid issue, endocrine issues, medications, like all of those things contribute to hair loss. It could be hereditary, chemical damage over the years. And so getting to the root of the problem and then trying to come up with a solution is what we typically do. So we ask a number of questions, especially if we have, whether it's a new client or existing clients, because sometimes, you know, these issues, you know, your hair is perfectly fine. And then one day we notice, okay, your hair seems to be thinning out. And then I start asking a series of questions so we can quickly get to the problem. Some of the other issues that people experience are workplace discrimination because of their hair, especially if they have locks. Or not having acceptance from their significant other or spouses, with their natural hair. So, we become like the therapists, the doctors, we become everything so that we can, try our best to help our clients as much as possible.
That's actually a good point. Let's talk about that for a second. Shakonia said alopecia. That's something that a lot of
definitely alopecia.
And then other like dermatological issues like dermatitis. And I even have like dermatitis issues that will flare up in the summer sometimes or in the fall, and I have to go to see my dermatologist. So I know that it's important to manage that along with your stylist.
Exactly. And if you don't correct it, it definitely will lead to hair loss.
Yes.
And so, trying to stay on top of it, like when you see these things happening, get on top of it. We normally recommend for certain situations like dermatitis, see a dermatologist. We pinpoint certain things from our educated standpoint, and then we refer out to a dermatologist,
to a specialist. So getting back to that point that you had brought up, because that just kind of like pulled at my heartstrings a little bit, because I think I remember talking to you before about that situation or situations that have come up where there are women that really are dying to go natural for whatever reason. Maybe they notice that their hair is thinning and they want to kind of go natural because they know it's really the healthier route, and then they have a spouse or significant other that is telling them that I don't, maybe calling their hair nappy or making fun of their hair in its natural texture. And they, their husband may prefer their hair straight and pressed or permed. And how do you all navigate that conversation? Because knowing as a natural hair care professional, that it's healthier for their hair to not have chemicals in it, obviously. But then they're fighting that other side of what's going on at home. And like, how do you all manage that? Because I would imagine that would be difficult.
It is a very difficult conversation. It really is. Because you don't want to cause issues in someone's household.
Right.
But you also want to encourage and uplift your clients as well.
Right.
And sometimes what we do is not only do we educate our clients or our guests, but sometimes we ask, if they would like for us to talk to their spouse or significant other, so we can educate them as well, and let them know the importance or how the importance of their support, because a lot of women and men that deal with hair loss, it's a very it can be very painful and hurtful. Some people are very attached to their hair, which is understandable. And when you start losing it due to age or whatever the case may be, like, you need someone that's in your corner to help you navigate through those feelings that you have from losing your hair. So it's a difficult conversation, and I'm constantly having to just encourage women and men to just be confident, because when you're bold and confident, that helps the people around you be more confident about your situation.
Right.
If you are like acting lowly, holding your head down and not feeling confident, that's when they kind of fall in whatever direction you flow with. Exactly. As far as your feelings,
Right. That's true. Because if you walking around like,
right.
You can't tell me nothing, and the people around you like, well, damn, maybe she is the
exactly.
I can say for myself, my mom, just when she started going natural, I was so against it. I was so mad that she cut off all her long
she
hair.
Has locks.
You can't tell me nothing about perm. I be like, we perm weird.
Right, but remember the conversation we had when I decided that I was gonna get locks, and I had been natural for like 8-9 years before I got locks. But when I was getting ready to get locks, remember, my husband didn't want me to.
Yeah.
He tried to give me all this like grief about it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm getting them. So, and then I got him, and child, I can't keep his like, but baby, I can't keep him off me.
Exactly. But look how confident you are with them, how you carry yourself. If you didn't have that confidence, like, it would not inspire him to adjust or, you know,
Right.
come around to liking you and
Yeah, that's
you
such a
very
good
fine.
point.
So,
That's such a good point because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like when we're transitioning, whether it's into locks or even transitioning, going from, you know, chemically treated hair to natural hair, I feel like women will beat ourselves up like, oh, I'm going through the ugly phase. I'm going through. It's like we're
and I
so
don't like that
quick.
term.
We're so quick to to call ourselves, excuse me, ugly when we're transitioning into something that's so beautiful.
Exactly.
But we're
Exactly.
quick to be like, oh girl, I'm this is it's that the like, I mean, we will literally put ourselves down so quick. But
But
then
we've
when the
been
hair grows
conditioned.
out long or whatever, then we're
Right.
okay with it. So it's like an internal thing that we gotta get
We
rid of.
need to get away from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we've been so conditioned, like mentally over the years, even,
Right.
you know, with our ancestors,
With
that
our hair. Right.
as far as our hair, you know, it can't be kinky. It needs to be long. It needs to be straight. But we have to be comfortable with how we were made, how God made us. You know,
Right.
if your hair is kinky, accept it as kinky. If it's
Yeah.
curly, accept it as curly, and just be okay with where your hair is. So,
Yeah.
um,
And I have that
okay.
conversation with my daughters too, because, and you know my family, my
Yeah,
oldest daughter, her hair is more tightly coiled,
right.
and curly, and then my younger daughter has more of a looser wave pattern, and my older daughter would always, she doesn't do it as much now, but when they were closer in age, more like maybe 10 years old, 4 years old, she'd always talk about like, oh, Journey's hair, which is my youngest daughter, her hair is prettier and my hair isn't. And so I mean, it's something that can even happen from a young age.
Oh
And
yeah, definitely.
yeah, and I had to quickly like get in between them and say, no, your hair is gorgeous, you just have a different type of hair. It's just a different curl pattern. It doesn't mean that her hair is nicer than, that's not what it means. But it really becomes psychological because they have all these images on Instagram and or wherever they're looking, TV, and they think that, you know, this like blonde hair or whatever they're seeing on Disney, hair down the back straight, that's what they, you know, envision as being good hair. So it's so important, especially for women of color, for us to make sure that we're exposing our girls to other women of color so they can see different types of hair, and they're not just seeing straight hair all the way down someone's back, because that's what they're going to equate to being beautiful.
Let me ask you a question. Since your two children have two different textures, what do you typically, how were you maintaining their hair at home? Like with, uh, since, which one
Like
has
since
the kinkier hair? Huh?
since
Well, just
COVID?
period. Like, how did you manage, how have you managed over the years caring for the two different textures? And
So I'll be honest, you already know, like, I'm not the mom that knows how to cornrow. Like, I'm not the one to be at home doing all the braids. Like, really, my girls from a young age also have gone to the stylist. So don't judge me, anybody on here, but my kids been going to the stylist. My kids been getting their hairstyles right since they were 5 or 6 years old, like getting it cornrowed or whatever. But as far as maintaining a home in between styles, I always made sure their hair was deep conditioned, always. Always made sure I was using products that were helping the hair retain moisture, really for both of them. I can't really say that I treated them differently, because I just felt like making sure that their, you know, their scalp was oiled, they were having deep condition. There were just certain things that I feel like are baseline. And that's probably the next question I'm getting ready to get into with you. What are some of the basically just the hallmark items or ingredients that every woman should have in their natural hair care routine? You can break it down by if you have different hair types, but kind of let us know when we walk into the beauty supply, especially now, or not the beauty supply, but the grocery store, I guess now, because the beauty supply is still closed for some of us. What should we be looking for? What products should we be staying away from? And what products should we be reaching for?
So that, definitely you want to have, you want to have a good moisturizing shampoo. In terms of retaining moisture, your moisture levels start with making sure you're shampooing your hair very well, and that you're adding protein and that you need. So it is difficult because the beauty supply stores are closed. But if you find products or shampoos that, and some of them, they specifically state have, heavy moisture, or, they tell you what the moisture levels are. That's very important, getting that protein in, and making sure that you also have a good leave-in conditioner. A lot of people don't use leave-ins, and so it's very, even with locks, leave-in conditioners are very important.
How often should we be doing that? Like
So,
leave-ins or deep conditioners, how often?
well, so it really depends on whether you have loose hair or I'm sorry. Let me zip this up. Okay. It depends on whether you have loose hair or locks. And it depends on like your activities in terms of how often you use shampoo and that sort of things. But most people, like if you have loose hair, they'll shampoo maybe uh, once every week or every 2 weeks. You can actually deep condition every time you shampoo.
Okay, yeah.
Especially for loose hair. Okay. Yeah. Loose natural hair. But you also, after you shampoo, you want to make sure you're using a good leave-in, and you want to use water-soluble products as far as creams to add in moisture, and then seal that moisture in with a good oil. Carrier oils such as like grapeseed or like olive oil, vitamin E, and then add essential oils in like lavender, rosemary, those type of things to help seal in the moisture.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask about oils. Are there any particular...
Another thing that we use, I'm sorry to interrupt, is a lot of people don't like to grease the scalp, but I have always believed in it. We use Nature's Blessings. And Nature's Blessings is a wonderful product to use for the hair and scalp. And that is an all natural ingredient product. And that's what most people, you should be trying to stick to as much natural products as possible. But during times like this, during pandemics, you have to kind of gravitate to what you can find in the stores. Right. We do have 2 local companies that we've been referring some of our guests, our clients to. And until we get our product line up and running, we'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Okay. But Froetry, and that's Froetry. They have a great product line.
Froetry. Okay.
You definitely want to follow them. The product is wonderful, great for moisture retention, and they're local, and you can get your products pretty quickly. Okay. They have some really good cream moisturizers, and the oil is fantastic for hair growth. Okay. And the other company is Ajay Naturals. They are also local, and they have an aloe and mint, I believe, shampoo, leave-in conditioner, moisturizing, curl defining product line. So,
okay,
AJAYE.
NJAYE.
Yeah. Ajay Naturals. So
we had one question about leave-in conditioner. They said, can the leave-in conditioner sometimes build up on the hair shaft, or is it?
So let me back up to leave-in conditioners. There, you have like wet spray-in leave-in conditioners, and then you have creamy leave-in conditioners. Okay. I'm speaking of the leave-in conditioners that you kind of mist on, spray on your hair. Okay. That won't cause too much buildup. Typically, I use creamy leave-in conditioners if I have certain hair textures that I need a little more heavy, a little more power, or I'm doing certain things. I know I need to do certain service. I'll use a creamy leave-in. But for the most part, you would be using a spray-in leave-in conditioner, which does not or should not cause heavy buildup.
Okay. And they said, what about tea tree oil? I think you said that was a good one, right?
Tea tree oil is a good oil, but it is specifically for itchy scalp. Okay. You don't want to use that alone unless you have, if you do have an itchy scalp, just spot target the areas that are itching and use it then, but don't use that as an everyday oil. It's not for that. It has drying agents in it. So you want to put tea tree oil in a carrier oil. Okay. Like I said, like grapeseed or olive oil or almond or coconut. oil. But even with coconut oil, you have to be careful. Coconut oil can also, cause some buildup or irritations with some people over time. So I like to try some of the other carrier oils. And jojoba is another good carrier oil, and you can add those oils in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And someone said that they also have the Ajay that you brought up, and they said they think it's fabulous. They love the way it feels on their hair.
Okay, good.
Okay, let me type in. Let me see, because I don't know how to pin it. So it was
Froetry.
Froetry.
Froe. Emma. Let me see.
Let me see if we can pin it. 1 second.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's not letting me pin it on my end.
I don't even know. Hold on.
So next question. How about like other protective styles? Like I've heard of like women, or there are a lot of women that have natural long hair, but they wear protective styles, whether it's braids or wigs or. So what is your opinion or your take on those type of protective styles?
Protective styles can be great as long as you're caring for your hair. Okay. Underneath, I think some people sometimes have issues over time if they're not actually caring for their own natural hair while they're wearing their weaves or their, wigs. Or you have to be careful about how you wear them, tension and those sorts of things that can lead to hair loss. But keeping your hair hydrated while you're wearing your protective styles are very important. As you can see, I have one. Okay.
Yeah.
But the other thing is the length of time that you leave your protective styles in. So you want to make sure you're not leaving them in for months and months at a time.
Yeah.
We only recommend, like if you're going to do braids, if you're going to do a weave, like 4 to 5 weeks or so, and then take them out, let your hair breathe, shampoo, deep condition, steam treatments, trim if necessary, protein treatments,
Yes.
to keep your hair from shedding and that sort of thing. All of those things are.
Let the hair breathe. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and all of those things are important. And if you're a person that regularly wears protective styles, sometimes you need to let your hair breathe for at least a month before you go back into putting another protective style in. So we're not saying don't do them. Just be smart about how you care for your hair.
For the hair underneath. Okay.
Yeah.
What about how we take care of our hair at night, like with bonnets or pillowcases? And is there
So we typically tell people you definitely want to cover at night. A lot of people don't like to sleep with things on their hair because they sweat. Some people go through, especially women, go through menopause and that sort of thing. But it's very important that you cover your hair, or at the minimum, sleep on a satin pillowcase so it can keep your hair from breaking and causing buildup. Bonnets. Now this one is a pretty big bonnet, so but
that's like the
that's what I do style, the big one.
Yeah. So if people that have braids like me, you find you a nice big braid bonnet, it will cover your hair. But they have much smaller bonnets. You definitely want to make sure you're using a silk or satin bonnet to cover, or silk or satin scarf. Some of the other things that people should know, like when you take a shower, you want to make sure you're covering your hair. We always advise our clients, put your silk or satin scarf or bonnet on and then put a shower cap on top, especially if you want to preserve your styles and that sort of thing.
That's what I do.
And keep, it's because a lot of people like to take steamy showers and that sort of thing. So helps protect your styles longer. But definitely, please cover your hair. A lot of people end up with buildup, and especially if they have locks in particular.
Yep.
At the ends of their locks and that sort of thing. But one of the ways to help with that is to cover. And then keep in mind the type of clothing you wear, because it attracts lint and build up, towards the ends of the locks. And then you'll find people trying to pick them out and then their locks fray and that sort of thing. Okay.
It said Glow by Day has a fabulous adjustable satin bonnet. So for all of y'all that are on there, y'all see her comment is Black owned. So anybody that's commenting on here with Black owned business before it. So keep commenting and put this on the feed so people can see it. What about like vitamins, things that we can take internally? I know they have like biotin and things out there that you can take. Are there any other vitamins outside of that that you would recommend that we could actually take orally that can help with hair growth and things like that, or the sort?
So balancing, your body is very important. We always suggest that our clients are taking multivitamins and making sure their levels, their vitamin D levels and iron levels and things of that nature are sufficient, because if they're not, those things can cause you to experience, some deficiencies with your hair. So we are definitely, multivitamins are very helpful. Hair, nail, and skin vitamins. It's nothing like drinking plenty of water and keeping your body hydrated.
And if you're pregnant, keep taking your prenatals.
Oh yeah, so we do recommend for our client expecting mothers, as soon as we find out, we advise them to take their prenatals, but even after the postpartum, we suggest that you take your prenatal vitamins for up to 1 year after delivering, because most people don't see hair loss right away. They may experience it 3 months after pregnancy, 6 months, or even up to a year. So we try to keep them on that cycle to make sure that they have the least amount of hair loss as possible.
Yeah, everyone's saying
everyone does experience it, but some people do.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying biotin, vitamin D, vitamin D, plant-based eating, of course, the healthiest, so clean that you can eat.
Exactly.
And like you said, drinking a lot of water. Sometimes I think we even try to make it complicated, and it doesn't have to be. You definitely need to be drinking water. But the vitamin D piece is really important too, just for women as we age and women of color, because I know I went and got a physical 2 or 3 years ago. I get one every year, but this is my physical probably from 3 years ago. And I felt fine, no issues. And my doctor came back and was like, your vitamin D is significantly low. I'm going to need you to start taking a supplement. So don't equate the way you feel with where you think your levels are. Make sure that everyone on here, you all are seeing your gynecologist, you're seeing your doctors regularly, because you may have low levels and you don't even know it, because I didn't know it.
Right.
And I had to start taking the supplement. So,
and believe it or not, magnesium levels too. Like it's so much that goes into this. But when you change over, as someone mentioned about plant-based eating, it really helps your body to kind of balance out, and you'll notice a change in your hair, nail, and skin. Once you change up the way you eat. If you're getting in too many sugars, that's also a cause of dandruff and your skin having irritations and that sort of thing. So cutting back sugars is very important. Like me, I like to drink wine, but it also wreaks havoc on my skin. Right, exactly.
Girl, that's my weakness too.
So cutting back on those things that contribute to your hair not, performing well is very important. I wanted to back up though, and mention a couple of things in terms of individuals that, as far as protective styling. Some protective stylings are also that you should consider are twist. So like if you wanted to twist your hair and moisturize at night, especially during this time of pandemic where we're all at home, it doesn't have to be beautiful, like perfect twist, but moisturize at night so that let me get back in the camera here. I'm sorry. Moisturize at night so that and when you moisturize at night and twist the hair, it holds the moisture in, and then you can let those things the twist out in the morning, and it will help you maintain your moisture levels better. But I also wanted to say, for individuals that take out weaves or cornrows or any type of braid style that causes your hair to have texture, when you're taking your braids out or your weave out, it's very important that you pre-moisten the hair, pre-soften the hair. And what I mean by that is using we normally like to recommend like the old school creamy cholesterol conditioner.
Oh yeah.
It's least expensive, but it's going to give you that moisture, that thickness that you need, that coating on your hair to soften it. and then you can spray it after you can apply the conditioner, and then detangle your hair. Don't just comb your hair out dry and clump, with all the lumps in. It's very important to have an arsenal of tools. Let me show you.
Yes. I'm pretty sure all the Black women on here probably got a arsenal. So we always got an arsenal.
Right. So making sure you have a rat tail comb.
Yes.
So that you can pick out from the ends, like if you have knots and that sort of thing, pick those knots out with the rat tail comb. It's also good to have like a medium sized comb.
Okay.
Where the teeth are a little bit closer together. So if you need to comb it through without raking the hair out with the tight teeth. And then having your wide tooth comb. Okay. So you want to have a variety of tools so that as you're detangling, so you want to pre-soften the hair, pre-detangle the hair first, and start from the tip of the hair and gradually work your way up, detangling up to the root. Okay.
So don't just be pulling the braid from the
bottom. Exactly.
That's how. Trying to hurry up and take them micros out. Exactly. Pull it from the bottom because you in a rush. You gonna rip your damn hair out.
That's a lot of people end up losing a lot of hair because they don't properly detangle. And then also we've had several cases over the last few months where individuals will take their braids out or their weaves out, and they immediately wet their hair before they pre-condition.
Oh, Lord.
And so it turns into one matted lump.
A big matted mess.
So it's very important to do that. And then once you detangle it and detangle it in sections, rinse the conditioner out, then you can shampoo, and then you do your deep conditioner, with your regular, shampoo and conditioning products. But
and then should we also be trying to sit under, like if we have a sit under dryer versus actually blow drying our hair?
So I was going to mention that as well. It's very important when you're doing protective styles, or even if you're not, if you're the type of person that consistently changes your hairstyle with your natural hair, like you could maybe 1 week you get 2-strand twists, or you get cornrows, or whatever it is you do, blowout, curls, or whatever. It's important to get frequent deep conditioners so that you can seal in the moisture. It can help protect your hair and also help with I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, to maintain your moisture levels and also over time, prevent you having like a lot of breakage and split ends, keep your ends trimmed and that sort of thing as much as you need, but we typically recommend like every 8 to 10 weeks for trims and that sort of thing. But steam treatments, that's another thing that we do. Protein treatment we advise. And so right now, while people are at home, if they don't have the sit under dryers, one thing that they can do is make sure that they have like the plastic caps. And they have the clear ones. This is just a black one. If you don't have a dryer to do a deep conditioner or a steam treatment, you can either, soak your towel and put it in a microwave to heat it up, or you can boil water and dip your water in. But you got to be careful about dealing with boiled water so you don't burn yourself.
I have a question. I'm sorry. What's the benefit of steaming?
So the steam treatments give you a deeper level of moisture. Like if you really want to see your hair perform and do well, the moisture that you get from doing the steam treatments is awesome. It's amazing. So it's very important that you do steam treatments. So we tell people to do steam treatments at least. We try to get our clients to do every other appointment. Especially, and it's regardless of whether you have locks or loose natural hair. It's wonderful for all hair. Okay. If you have a sister lock client, though, our sister lock clients, sometimes we do herbal steam treatments, but we do conditioning steam treatments. So depending on what type of hair we're working with, we will tailor what we do to that person's hair. So someone that has sister locks, we wouldn't put heavy moisture in because we want to keep the moisture levels down. But we still would do steam treatments, but with more of like a herbal rinse. And,
Okay. Well, y'all answered pretty much all my questions. If y'all have any other questions in the chat, y'all can drop them in the question box or quickly type them in. We have a few more minutes left. I wanted to ask you all kind of what's in store for Lock Central. Is there anything we should be looking forward to? Like what's next for your brand?
Well, I will say this. Going through this pandemic has really opened our eyes in terms of making sure we have multiple streams of income. Like if people have not thought about their future and how they're going to move forward from here, I don't know what else to say. Like this has really taught a valuable, I mean, and it's things that we were already talking about doing, but this like has really lit a fire under us to make these things happen. And so with that being the case, we already had a product named Magnolia Chic Essentials. So we are coming out with a product line. It will be a few months before it gets here, but you will, in the coming months, like very shortly, we will have oils that we start with, and then we'll build from there. So right now we're in the testing phases and that sort of thing, but you can look forward to our product line. It's going to be wonderful. We'll cater to curly, kinky, coily hair, all textured hair. Hair loss, that's the big thing. Like we are really excited about that piece. So we're looking forward to our clients that.
And there's a huge need in the industry for hair. Like, I mean, that's a huge gap to fill. So,
exactly. So we are super excited about that piece of it. We're also looking to expand our locations. So we don't have any information on that yet, but
you know I'm gonna be there.
Be on the lookout.
I'm gonna be there.
So,
everyone's saying congratulations.
Thank you.
It says, do you believe in or tell people their hair type, like 4C, 4B, like their actual type, hair
so
type?
let me tell you, I don't go by the number system. For me, it's kinky, curly, coily, straight.
And wavy.
Yeah, and wavy. Okay. I don't go by the number system per se, but the way the number system is set up, you definitely you're going to fall in one of those categories. We just call it what it is. It does. The number system is not a bad thing. We just go by kinky, coily, straight. Okay. Or wavy. Okay. In terms of carrying, of course, certain textures are going to require, certain products. With lighter or finer hair, or curly hair or wavy hair, you want more water soluble products. Okay, lighter products, things that are not going to weigh the hair down and that sort of thing. So cream based products. With kinkier textures, you may want to use more butters, shea butter, almond butters. What's the other one? It's right at the tip of my tongue.
Kinky, creamy.
No, I'm thinking of butters. But you want to use butters on like the kinkier texture, so it can give you more moisture. Okay. Now, with dealing with locks, you can use butters, but you have to be very careful about how you use them. Okay. You don't want to use too much heavy product because you don't want to cause buildup. So we do educate our clients on how to use the butters and not over apply. A lot of people think they just scoop in, and that's with any product. And no. So you want to start with a dime sized amount of product first. Apply it on your hands while your hair is moist. So make sure, even if you are not shampooing, even if it's after your shampoo session, let's say you're a week out, but you're not ready for your next shampoo. We normally advise use your leave-in conditioner to spray on. Also, you can use
just mist it with water too.
Mist it with water. Yes, I was trying to get that out. Thank you. And then apply your cream. Start with a dime size first. Rub it into your hand, and then apply it on the shafts of your hair. Okay.
And then if you do have it sit under the dryer, just sit under that just to like seal it and make sure it's all melted down in your locks.
Or loose natural. But it depends on what
Right.
type of hair texture. She's speaking from a locks perspective. But if you have loose natural hair, you can twist it to seal the lock, seal the moisture in, or whatever style you're going to do, whether it be you can ponytail, blow, sealing it is going to be key in terms of applying your moisture. So you want to apply it in layers is basically what I'm trying to say. So a lot of people refer to the lock method or LOC method in terms of applying product. So, you want to apply your leave-in conditioner, then you want to apply your cream, and then you want to apply your oils. Or vice versa.
Oil.
Okay,
so that's what the lock stands for.
Yeah.
Leave-in, oil, cream.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's why I just gotta keep coming to you. I don't got time. That's too much to. I've been a mess up. I put the cream before the leave-in, or that's why.
Someone's asking how do we feel about apple cider vinegar?
Oh yeah, apple cider vinegar.
Okay, so we do recommend when it's necessary. That's not something we have to be careful about how acidic we are making our hair. Your pH is very important to stay within the pH levels, so that your hair doesn't dry out and get brittle and break off. So if it's necessary, then yes, we will. Like if someone has major buildup, or sometimes they have, especially if you're dealing with someone with locks that has like smells and that sort of thing, to help to strip everything out. Some people get smells from like they constantly work out, so the hair stays wet all the time, that kind of thing. So we'll do ACV rinses, but it's very important to follow up with a deep conditioner or protein treatment after, or steam treatment.
Someone asked, what does buildup exactly look like on locks? Oh, you will know.
For sure.
Baby, it's a mess. It ain't never been on these locks, but I'm just saying, I've seen them from afar.
Yeah. So
it's not pretty.
Sometimes it looks like white, creamy, gooky. It could be
lint too.
It could be lint. Sometimes if it's not white, sometimes it's like brownish, and it also depends. Green. We've seen all kinds of stuff. Yes. So it depends on what kind of products people are using in their hair that may be causing that buildup, and how often they're shampooing. Some people go months and months and months without shampooing, which is not. That's not a good thing either.
I've washed somebody's hair. They haven't washed their hair in like a year. It was something else.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Whoa. Did you have a face mask on? Oh my Lord. Yes, love. Everyone is asking. This live will be saved. It will be on my IGTV, and it will also be on the Chic Essentials Boutique YouTube channel. Make sure you all subscribe. I have all of my Girl Chat Wednesdays there on YouTube, so it'll be on YouTube and also on my IGTV.
Another thing that you all can look forward to is regular updates from Lock Central. We'll be doing a lot more live updates on hair care. We also will be, we have a YouTube channel, but it's just not promoted, but we'll be promoting that more. So we'll be talking about product usage, how do you styling techniques, how do you care for your, so you'll see these things on a regular basis.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Let them know where they can find you on all your social media platforms, all of that.
On everything is Lock Central. So you can look us up as LOCCENTRAL. We are everywhere as Lock Central. And if you look us up on Google, you'll see Lock Central Natural Hair Care Center, because that's officially our name, but we also go by Lock Central for short.
Got that good CEO.
Yes.
Got that good SEO. Yes, honey. Put in Lock Central. It's the first hit.
Right. Exactly.
Number one, first hit.
That's it.
Does anybody else have any questions before we get off? We still got a couple of minutes. Got maybe 3 or 4 minutes left before IG is a Bama and kicks us off. Oh,
I'm trying to see.
I don't think I missed anything else. Very informative. Thank you, ladies. I hope you all enjoyed it.
One more thing, though, I do want to mention.
Okay.
I know we have some of our clients on. Okay. We have not officially released a date yet in terms of opening, but we will be sending out emails and text messages in terms of when we will reopen based on the information that's coming in the next few days in terms of PG County reopening. So a lot of clients are waiting. They're patiently waiting.
We do have a wait list,
yes.
so please be patient with us.
Yeah.
We have a wait list for our clients when we reopen.
We will be, and when we open, we will open it in phases. So we won't be doing a lot of the extensive services like coloring and things of that nature. We actually want to focus on the hair care, since it's been a while for a lot of people, making sure that the guests get the care that they need, and then we're only going to be able to service one client at a time. So it'll be 2 stylists servicing clients at one time, and one client per stylist. So we have to make sure that we fall in line with the rules and regulations of how we're supposed
Kiera, can you plug in your business for your earrings? There was some people asking for it, if you don't mind.
Yes,
for the jewelry.
Yes, my jewelry.
I know I don't have her earrings on it, but look, just
she got about 50 pairs.
Right,
it's everywhere. Hold on, I think
you guys are welcome. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I'm gonna let her plug this in, and if you all don't have any other questions, then after that we gonna get going. How do we get on the wait list? That's a good question.
So let me just say this: we are servicing our existing clients first. We have to take care of our existing clients, and then we'll phase in like all new clients that are interested in coming in. We have so many people that are. That's Nicole.
We got you on the wait list.
Yeah, Nicole, you're already on the wait list.
We got you on the wait list.
Nicole, Melissa, I think
y'all got y'all regulars like. I need a hit.
Right, like y'all. You already know regulars. We got you.
Adrian, you're on the wait list.
Right. Listen. Don't none of y'all.
Right.
This what I'm be giving all y'all on this live because I got my head done.
So we got you. We have you all covered. Don't worry. You'll be in there. So you'll be in there, Nicole. So we can't wait to see you all because we miss our interaction.
I miss work.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining me for another edition of Girl Chat Wednesdays. I will see y'all soon, hopefully in the salon. I guess social distancing with a mask on, whatever, but I'll be there. Right. And y'all definitely check out Lock Central. Check me out. Follow me at Chic Essentials Boutique on this page. If you all aren't already following me, you can also find me on Facebook, Pinterest, all of that jazz, everywhere. And also on YouTube, you can check out these Girl Chat Wednesdays as well as my IGTV. So thank you guys.
Bye.
See you all next time. Bye. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.